Okay, so we're working on lesson 34, writing and graphing inequalities and real-world problems. So we've been working with inequalities a lot during this module. This is actually the last module. So we're going to be working with the inequalities and actually writing them down on a graph. When you graph inequalities, there are a few things you need to remember, or I need to point out to you to make it make sense when you do the number lines today. If you are given the less than or equal to or the greater than or equal to sign, your graph is going to have we'll have a circle on the number in the value or in the inequality that is filled in. Okay, it'll actually look like this. If you are given just the greater than or less than sign without the equal to part, the circle will not be filled in. Let me slide this over for you. Okay, so depending on what your inequality looks like will depend if you fill in the circle or not. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Okay, so let's look at the statement, the example 1, and look at all the statements, and I'll just walk you guys through it and we'll talk about it. Okay, Caleb has at least $5. So Caleb is the person that's in the story that we're talking about, so that's what I'm going to look at for the variable. Of course, we know Caleb can be represented by C. Very simple. The key word in this one is at least. At least means he can have 5, he can have 6, he can have 7, but he cannot have anything less than 5. So Caleb is actually going to have the greater than or equal to sign because he needs to have 5 or greater, $5 or greater. Okay, so C is greater than or equal to 5. Now when you plot this on your graph, you're going to go to the numerical value you have in your inequality, which here is 5. So I'm going to go to 5 and think about it. Now up here in my notes I said if it has the greater than or equal to sign, your graph will have a circle and it's going to be filled in. By filling it in, that says that that person can have that amount. Okay? And because C is greater than or equal to 5, my arrow on my inequality graph is actually going to go to the right. This says he can have 5, he can have 6, he can have 7, or he can have 8. Okay? Looking at the next one, Tarek has more than $5. Tarek is underlined, I underlined it. That tells me my variable, so I'm going to let Tarek equal T, very simple. And the keywords here is, I'm sure you found it, more than. Okay, so Tarek has greater than $5. So you're going to do the greater than sign and the 5. Okay, looking at your graphing inequalities notes that you have at the top, or you should have at the top, if you just have a greater than or less than sign, you'll have the circle, but it won't be filled in, and we'll talk about why. So go to the numerical value of 5 on your number line. Make a circle, and like I said before, do not fill it in. By not filling it in, it says Tarek needs to have more than 5. 5 is not included in the inequality. Okay, so and then he needs more than, so my arrow is going to go to the right as well. All right. The next one, Vanessa has at most $5. Again, Vanessa is the person we're talking about, so my variable will be simply V. Keywords here are at most and 5. So I know the numerical value is 5 here, so I'm just going to write in 5. And I need to think about what at most means. Can she have $5? Yes. Can she have anything more than 5? No. So that means Vanessa has to have nothing bigger than 5. But can she have $5? Yes, she can. And I show that in my inequality with the equal to sign under my less than symbol. Because I have the less than or equal to sign, when I go to 5, my circle is actually going to be filled in, saying that 5 can be included. And my arrow for this one, because Vanessa needs less than 5, needs to go in this direction. That means V right here can equal any of the numbers on this side of the number line. Okay? Lee Chen has less than $5. So Lee Chen is the person we're talking about now. You could put L, but some people's L's look like 1s. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to choose a very simple variable that we see a lot in inequalities and this sort of thing. I'm just going to put an X for this one. X is going to be our variable. Keyword here is less than. We simply know that less than means he cannot have anything bigger than 5. So I just write in my less than sign and 5. I do not put in the equal to sign because it's not including the number 5 or $5 in what Lee Chen can have. So going to the number line, I'm going to make a circle on the 5, but I'm not going to fill it in because my graphing notes at the top say if I have a less than or a greater than sign, the circle will not be filled in, meaning the number 5 is not included in my inequality. Which way is my arrow going to go? Well, Lee Chen needs to have something less than 5, so anything less than 5 is to the left of the number line, so I'm going to make an arrow to the left. We'll go through examples 2 and 3 in class before we do our classwork as our teams, so I will see you in just a little bit. Thank you.